Yo, what up? It's DJ Meast, and it's the Built Different Podcast Network, and this is episode 1. We finna get into it. You know, one of the most questions that's been asked to me regarding myself and where how I got here and all of that, meaning like the industry and just moving around. I call it wiggling. I'm from Oakland, so we'll get into all of that. But we got to start from the beginning. Basically, we really got to start from the beginning, and not to put my age out there, but we'll go back to the 90s. And coming up, it really started with my love for music. And to be honest, it kind of started with my dad. My dad used to play instruments. He played in a band back in Cincinnati, Ohio called Explosions of Fun. It's an old school group, super old school, but they used to open up for like James Brown. He also went to school with Boosie Collins. So, my pops played trombone, and he used to play that in front of me as a kid. So and he also used to play a lot of old school music, you know what I mean? Like the Whispers and, all of that. Just the high, just that era of music. Played a lot of jazz, a lot of Kenny G. And then, also he kept me in church. So like we sang a lot in church. So I always was around music with him. So it kind of, I guess like the music bug came from him, but not in the way that you would expect. I did try to play trumpet, and I played trumpet for a while, all the way up until like the 7th grade. And we'll talk about that. But one of my memories, truth be told, was kind of corny, but the Wild Wild West soundtrack, you feel me, with Will Smith, and I don't remember who else was in that movie, but they had a soundtrack, and there was, I'm not even gonna, there was a song called Stick Up, and when I heard that song, I said, man, I could do this. So I really thought I could do it. So I started, writing little raps and trying to do my Dougie, and it didn't quite really go the way I thought. I had a few different rap names, super corny with it, you feel me? Like J Dizzle. I think I had something like J Nice and whatever. It didn't work out, but you feel me? All of it didn't work out. I'm talking about like we had a talent show. I went to Westlake, so that's kind of by the lake. You know what I mean? In Oakland. I went to Westlake, and we had a talent show. My man Kev told me to just jump in there. You feel me? I used to freestyle, and he said, you should do it. So I was like, all right. And, there was an album out, again, not to expose the age, but Stankonia by Outkast was out. And they had this album out, and there was this beat. I think it was like track number 1 or whatever, and I thought the beat was dope. So somehow, and it ran for dumb long too, right? At the end with no lyrics. So I thought of some stupid idea to where if I timed it right, I could tell that the person, the fake little DJ, to play the music, and I can come on and do my little rap, right? Mind you, I ain't write nothing down. Just thought I had it because my homie said I had it. So get there, and for those who went to Westlake with me, y'all remember. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, I think I was the first or second person. I came out, and people was kind of clapping, like, what you finna do? I'm like, I'm finna rap, you feel me? So everybody, okay. Told Dog to play the beat. He had the wrong song. Played some other track. And I tried to go with it. My flow wasn't really with it. And the same homie, Kev, the same homie that told me to do it, was the first one to kick the boo off, bro. I'm talking about stood up and was like, you suck, you garbage. And everybody followed suit. So I got booed off the stage, and you feel me, I had to get up out of there. Me and my dog walking home, and I'm like, bro, why you do that? And he was like, I had to save you. It was the only way to get you up out of there. They was finna start throwing milk crates at you and stuff like that. So yeah, that was that. And then mind you, I think he signed me up for another talent show at Cal Berkeley. And similar, this one was on me though. I still didn't rehearse, I didn't practice, thought I had it, played the beat. And this is in front of grown people at Cal Berkeley, dog. I get up there, I get to kicking it off. forgot my stuff and got booed off stage by grown men and women. Mind you, bro, I'm in middle school. I'm like 11. So, yeah, that's how that went, and that's the first. You feel me? The first couple of swings at this music. So if you wondering how I got, to whatever plateau or whatever specific spot you think I'm at, it started by getting booed off stage 2 times in a row in the same week. From Oakland to Berkeley, straight like that. And at that point, with that being said, I said, this rapping ain't for me. And that's when I picked up an instrument. I started playing trumpet. I said, let me get into that. Maybe I could be good at that. And I wasn't half bad. I started playing, and then we moved to East Oakland, and I made it to Bancroft Middle School, which was in San Leandro. I still played some instruments there. I was still playing my trumpet there, and I was Miss Beck was my music teacher. So I was in there, and I was trying to get to like first chair. About band and all of that. I was trying to get the first chair. I never could get the first chair. I was like third and fourth chair. So to me, I felt like I was never gonna shine. So I put the instrument back down. And picked the microphone back up and decided to polish what I was doing back then and be a little better at it. And I decided to try that at the Bancroft Talent Show, 8th grade year.
Oh,